from Atlanta, Georgia. At the close of this very special year, I would like to thank the State Department for sponsoring this program, Indus Valley School for inviting me to participate, and Tazeen Hussein, in particular, for extensive efforts and dedication. Bringing together institutions and individuals is challenging. It's also very important. On that note, I'd like to share with you my thoughts on the topics that Tazeen asked me to address. To come from outside of a system and culture and be invited to contribute is an honor and a responsibility. I'm not sure if the term translates internationally, so I will define it. Traditionally, a silo is a tower where precious resources, usually grain, are stored. In contemporary use in the United States, it has come to mean an isolated environment or system, one that is not networked or connected with other environments and systems. I think human beings and organizations tend to operate in silos and comfort zones, whether those silos are our own departments, our institutions, our classrooms, our culture. But deeper insight and richer understanding always comes from connection. We all know that knowledge and understanding are not resources that diminish with sharing. They grow and they foster new knowledge and understanding. I experienced this in 2015 when I came to Karachi, ostensibly to share my knowledge and expertise. And I truly hope that what I taught and shared was of value. But I know that what I learned and what I have been able to share with my students, my department, and my institution is of far more value than I can convey in a few words. This time around, I got a chance in March to share a body of work called The Breath of the Compassionate. This work would never have existed if I had not had the chance to learn from designers, scholars, and artists in Pakistan. It meant a great deal to me to share this work in March. And as I think about that experience, I also think about the experience of reviewing design residency applications. As I read over them, I learned of traditional practices in Sindh, such as cattle bells or tal, and the camel shearing and dyeing that not only have cultural aesthetic value, but are also used to communicate meaning, sometimes in wonderfully complex and subtle ways. And as applicants noted, these practices are in danger of disappearing. If they're not recorded and shared, then I think precious creativity and technical innovation will be lost. If one afternoon in 2015 of a traditional geometric art lesson could inspire a Westerner to learn more of Sufi thought and create an entire body of work, what could more knowledge of these traditional craft practices lead to? And what innovation could they inspire? To return to the silo analogy, I felt that my main connection with the program was to just a few of the nodes in the system. The attendees of my Breath of the Compassionate presentation and the participation and the design residencies, the designers who shared their ideas in my workshop this summer. So as I thought this over, I have three main requests or suggestions moving forward. I'd like to see some sort of virtual platform or website utilized or created dedicated to this program and the workshops and the talks and presentations and work that have arisen from it. Right now, I could well be wrong, but I feel like trying to access that, we need to go to different locations. And I think maybe that's one of the things perhaps several of us have thought or learned about. The other thing that has crossed my mind is that Perhaps there would be a way for academics, communication designers, programmers, product designers in Southeast Asia to collaborate on some sort of database or platform that is similar to the databases that American academics have available to them through their libraries. And these are extremely expensive, and certainly without large institutional budgets, you could not create or access them, but perhaps something on a smaller scope might be possible. Some sort of means to network silos. Another thought I had was that perhaps there could be more. You could share resources, information about conferences that are taking place globally that are virtual and hybrid. Among all the losses of the pandemic, I think that's been one of the gains, and there can be ways to participate. I've shared a few in the past and some things, but I'd love to share the platforms and the few things I know about as well. Finally, I would also like a chance to follow up on the design projects and academic research set in motion by this program. I'd like to see projects such as the design residencies and the projects started by communication designers in further development and completion. I would like to see, hopefully, the State Department maybe be able to fund some travel, perhaps internationally. I think it's most important that the institutions in Southeast Asia network amongst themselves, but I also think that a way to share what you do with a broader international audience that could really benefit, as well as you benefiting, would be a wonderful thing. So I'm going to close now and say Allah Hafez, and I hope we all meet again. Thank you.